The door flew open amid the relentless downpour, and Jordan collapsed against the frame, rain cascading off him like a waterfall of regret. "Alex, please. I swear, it's just for a few nights," he choked out, his blue eyes locking onto mine with a desperation that twisted my gut. In that instant, as thunder rattled the Brooklyn loft windows, I realized my quiet life was about to shatter, pulling us both into a storm neither of us saw coming. I had always been the steady one in the family, the gay brother who fixed things without asking for thanks. At 28, I'd carve out a niche in this city of dreamers and heartbreakers, a graphic designer by day, sketching logos for indie bands, and by night, nursing quiet crushes that never quite bloomed. My sister, Mia, had married Jordan 3 years ago in a whirlwind ceremony upstate, all wildflowers and laughter under the autumn leaves. He was the picture of straight-laced charm, a high school football coach from a small Ohio town, with that easy grin and calloused hands from years on the field. They seemed perfect, the kind of couple who made you believe in forever. Until last month, when Mia's texts turned frantic. "He's not who I thought. We're done." Now here he was, dripping on my hardwood floors, duffel bag slung over one shoulder like a defeated soldier. I stepped aside, heart pounding in a way I couldn't name. "Get in before you flood the place," I said, grabbing a towel from the bathroom. He toweled off, roughly, avoiding my eyes, his broad frame filling the small space. The loft wasn't much, a converted warehouse with exposed brick, my sketches pinned to the walls, a kitchenette that barely fit two. But it was home, my sanctuary after too many years of hiding who I was from judgmental aunts and cousins back in Ohio. "Thanks, man," Jordan muttered, sinking onto the couch. "Mia's staying with her friend in Queens. I couldn't go back to the apartment. Too many ghosts." His voice cracked on a last word, and I poured him a whiskey neat, the kind he liked from family barbecues. We sat in silence as the storm raged outside, lightning flickering across his face, highlighting the shadows under his eyes. I'd always admired him from afar. Not in that way, I told myself. He was family, off limits, straight as the Mississippi. But tonight, with the city humming below us, something shifted. His hand brushed mine when I handed him the glass, and neither of us pulled away. By morning, the rain had eased to a drizzle, but the awkwardness hung thick as fog. Jordan woke early, padding around in borrowed sweats that hung loose on my slimmer frame. "Coffee," I offered, firing up the machine. He nodded, rubbing his neck. "Listen, Alex, about last night. I didn't mean to dump this on you." I waved it off, but inside, questions swirled. Why me? Why not crash with one of his coaching buddies? Mia had always said he kept walls up, even with her. As we sipped black brew at the counter, he opened up in fits and starts. The fights over his long hours, her resentment of his old-school ways, the final blow when she found texts from an old flame. Not an affair, he insisted, just unresolved feelings from college. I thought I was over it, but damn, it hit her hard. I listened, nodding, my designer's eye sketching him mentally. The way his jaw tightened, the vulnerability peeking through like sunlight after clouds. "You're a good guy, Jordan. It'll blow over." But as he met my gaze, something lingered, a spark, or maybe just exhaustion. Work pulled me away that day, a deadline for a queer pride poster series that had me buried in colors and fonts. Back home, the loft smelled of takeout Thai. Jordan had ventured out, containers steaming on the coffee table. "Figured you'd be starving," he said with a sheepish grin. We ate cross-legged on the floor, trading stories about high school crushes. His on the cheer captain, mine on the debate team captain who never knew. Laughter bubbled up, easing the tension, but when our knees touched, electricity hummed. I pulled back first, blaming the spice. That night, sleep evaded me. The pull-out couch creaked under Jordan's weight in the living room, while I tossed in my bed, mind racing. What was this? Pity? Gratitude? Or something deeper? Forbidden? By week 2, routine settled in like an uneasy truce. Mornings, shared coffee, him scrolling coaching plays on his phone, me sketching at the drafting table. Afternoons, he'd hit the gym down the block, returning sweat-slicked and energized, challenging me to pick up basketball in the park. I was no athlete, but his encouragement, "Come on, Alex, you've got fire in you," lit something fierce. Evenings blurred into movie marathons, his pick-of-action flicks giving way to my indie dramas. One night, during a scene of 2 men confessing under city lights, he paused the screen. "Ever wonder, what if?" His voice was low, eyes fixed on the frozen frame. I swallowed hard. What if what? He shrugged, but didn't look away. If things were different. Like if I wasn't. You know, straight, he meant. The word hung unspoken, charging the air. I wanted to laugh it off, but my pulse thrummed. "Life's full of what-ifs," I replied, voice steady despite the chaos inside. He nodded, restarting the film, but the distance between us on the couch shrank. His arm draped casually over the backrest, fingers grazing my shoulder. Neither moved. As credits rolled, he turned to me, face inches away. "Thanks for this, Alex. For not kicking me out." Our eyes held, breaths mingling, and for a heartbeat, I thought he'd close the gap. Then he pulled back, muttering goodnight, leaving me reeling in the dark. The third week brought cracks in the facade. Mia called, her voice sharp through the speaker. "Is he there? Tell him to sign the papers already." Jordan's face darkened as he took the phone, pacing the loft like a caged lion. Mia, it's not that simple. Wait, what do you mean you're seeing someone? The argument escalated, words flying like shrapnel. Betrayal. Lies, the end of their dream. He slammed the phone down, fists clenched, and stormed to the window, staring at the glittering skyline. I approached slowly, hand on his back. Hey, breathe. He whirled, eyes stormy, and before I could react, pulled me into a hug, fierce, desperate, his body trembling against mine. I feel like I'm losing everything, he whispered into my hair. Time stretched, his grip tightened, and I felt the heat of him, the rapid beat of his heart mirroring mine. When he finally released me, his cheeks flushed, gaze dropping. That was out of line, but it wasn't. That touch lingered like a brand. Days blurred, stolen glances over breakfast, his hand steadying me during a late-night run through Prospect Park, where city lights danced on the East River like scattered stars. I caught him watching me sketch once, a tender smile playing on his lips. You're talented, you know that? Flattery, or more. My own walls crumbled. I'd always buried desires for men like him. Strong, unassuming, real. Yet Jordan was family, straight, broken. One evening, after a brutal coaching loss he vented about over pizza, he cracked open a beer and fixed me with that intense stare. Alex, have you ever fallen for someone you shouldn't? My heart stopped. Once or twice, I admitted, voice barely above a whisper. He leaned in, the air thick with unspoken hunger. What if I have? The confession hung there, raw and terrifying. I searched his eyes, seeing the turmoil, the straight man grappling with shadows he'd ignored for years. Jordan, but he silenced me with a finger to my lips, then replaced it with his mouth, tentative at first, then deepening with a hunger that matched my own. The kiss exploded like fireworks over the Hudson, hands roaming, breaths ragged. We broke apart, gasping, foreheads pressed together. This is crazy, he murmured, but didn't pull away. In that moment, the loft transformed from refuge to confessional, our worlds colliding in a tangle of limbs and whispered truths. What started as a crash pad had become a crucible, forging something profound from the ashes of his marriage. Yet dawn brought doubt. Jordan bolted upright, regret etching his features. Shit, Alex, what do we do? He dressed in silence, avoiding my eyes as I brewed coffee with shaking hands. The kiss replayed in my mind, his lips soft yet urgent, the way he'd tasted of salt and possibility. But now, walls rebuilt higher than before. It was a mistake, he said flatly, grabbing his keys. I need air. He vanished into the city, leaving me adrift in the loft's echoing quiet. Hours ticked by, worry gnawed. Mia texted, he's spiraling. Be careful. Careful? My heart was a battlefield. When he returned at dusk, eyes red-rimmed, he collapsed beside me. I talked to a buddy from college, the one from those texts. My stomach dropped, and he exhaled sharply. It wasn't just closure. Back then, I experimented. Once. With him. The admission landed like a gut punch, relief mixed with jealousy. Jordan, not as straight as he claimed. It scared me shitless, he continued, voice raw. Small town, football star. Guys like me don't do that. So I buried it. Married Mia, built the life I was supposed to. Tears welled, and I pulled him close, our bodies fitting like puzzle pieces long separated. You're not alone anymore, I whispered. That night, barriers fell. We explored each other slowly, reverently, kisses trailing down necks, hands mapping uncharted territories. In the dim glow of city lights, Jordan's moans were a symphony of release, his body arching under mine as we discovered rhythms neither knew we craved. It was more than lust. It was reclamation, two souls shedding skins in the intimacy of my bed. But secrets have a way of surfacing. A week later, Mia showed up unannounced, key in hand from happier days. Jordan, we need to talk. Her eyes widened at the disheveled loft, the rumpled sheets visible through the open bedroom door. He emerged, shirtless, and the air crackled with accusation. What the hell is this? She demanded, gaze flicking between us. Jordan stepped forward, voice steady for the first time. Mia, it's over. For real this time. But she wasn't done. Spotting a sketch I'd drawn of him, tender, intimate, she pieced it together. You? With my brother? Hurt twisted her features. Not just betrayal, but a deeper wound. Alex, how could you? The confrontation tore open old scars. Mia hurled words like daggers. My hidden orientation, she'd suspected but never confronted, Jordan's buried truths now weaponized. You're both liars, she screamed, storming out into the hall. Jordan chased after, pleading, but she was gone, leaving silence in her wake. I sank to the floor, head in hands. This is my fault. He knelt beside me, cupping my face. No, it's ours, and it's real. We held each other through the night, but doubt crept in like fog off the river. Was this love, or would just rebound wreckage? The fallout rippled outward. Mia went radio silent, family group chats exploding with whispers. Our Ohio relatives called, voices laced with confusion and judgment. Is it true? Jordan and Alex. He fielded them stoically, but I saw the toll, the way his shoulders slumped after hanging up. Coaching became his escape. He'd return home late, scent of grass and sweat clinging to him, collapsing into my arms with exhausted sighs. They don't get it, he'd murmur, as we'd make love fiercely, reclaiming agency in each other's touch. Yet intimacy deepened beyond the physical. Lazy Sundays, trading playlists, his classic rock bleeding into my indie folk, cooking disastrous attempts at pasta that ended in laughter and flour-dusted kisses. One evening, under a blanket fort in the living room, he confessed, "I think I loved you before I knew what it meant." My heart swelled. In his arms, I felt seen, cherished. But tension simmered. A league event forced Jordan to face old teammates, their ribbing turning sharp. "Heard you're shacking up with your brother-in-law." Huh. He laughed it off, but returned withdrawn, punching the heavy bag I'd bought him until knuckles bled. "They think it's a phase," he spat, collapsing beside me. I bandaged his hands gently, our eyes meeting in quiet understanding. Phases end. This doesn't feel like one. To prove it, we ventured out, hand in hand through the village, stealing kisses in hidden alleys, the city's pulse mirroring our own. Pride banners fluttered, a reminder of worlds beyond judgment. Yet home brought reality. An eviction notice loomed. My freelance gigs dried up amid the drama. "We need a plan," I said one night, tracing patterns on his chest. He nodded, resolve hardening. Together. Crisis peaked when Mia reappeared, not with anger, but fragility. She knocked softly at midnight, eyes puffy. "I miss you both. Even like this." We sat in a fragile circle on the couch, truths spilling. Her own doubts in the marriage, the pressure of perfection. "I always knew Alex was gay," she admitted. "Just wished you told me sooner." Forgiveness flowed, tentative, like first rain after drought. Jordan reached for her hand, then mine, bridging the gap. "Family's messy, but it's ours." She nodded, wiping tears. "Just be happy, both of you." In that moment, healing began, not erasure but integration. As autumn leaves turned the park gold, Jordan and I walked the paths where we'd first played ball. "Remember that kiss?" he teased, pulling me close. Laughter bubbled, free and light. We'd found rhythm. Him coaching with newfound openness, sharing stories of queer athletes, me landing a dream gig designing for a LGBTQ+ center. The loft, once a crash pad, became our haven, walls adorned with joint sketches, his jersey draped over my chair. One crisp evening, skyline ablaze in sunset, he dropped to one knee. "Alex, you've shaken me to my core. Marry me." Tears blurred my yes, our kiss sealing promises under the vast American sky. In the end, love wasn't a straight line or a detour. It was the winding Brooklyn Bridge we crossed together, stronger for the storms. Family mended, not perfectly but wholly. And in each other's eyes, we saw home, a place to crash forever. Months blurred into a tentative normalcy after Mia's olive branch, but normalcy in our world was anything but ordinary. Jordan's proposal hung in the air like a beacon, yet we delayed the rings, savoring the raw edge of what we'd built. Morning started with his lips on my neck, waking me to the scent of brewing coffee and the distant honk of taxis below. "Up, artist," he'd murmur, voice husky from sleep, pulling me into the kitchen where sunlight slanted across the counter. We'd eat toast slathered in peanut butter, his Ohio staple, trading dreams over the table. His vision of coaching a diverse team that celebrated every identity, my sketches evolving into murals for community walls. It felt domestic, profound, a quiet rebellion against the chaos that birthed us. Yet shadows lingered. Jordan's family, staunch conservatives from rural Ohio, caught wind through a cousin's loose lips. The call came during dinner, his mother's voice trembling over speakerphone. "Jordan, honey, is this some kind of joke? My son with another man, your brother-in-law, no less." He gripped my hand under the table, knuckles white. "Mom, it's not a joke. It's me, the real me." Silence stretched, broken by her sobs. "We've always loved you. But this, pray on it, son." The line went dead, leaving him hollow-eyed, staring at his untouched plate. I pulled him to the couch, holding him as grief poured out, not just for her words, but the years of silence that preceded them. "They'll come around," I whispered, though doubt not. That night, we made love slowly, bodies a language of reassurance, his whispers of "I love you" a mantra against the hurt. Work became our anchor. My freelance drought ended with a commission for the Brooklyn LGBTQ+ Center, a series of portraits capturing stories like ours, unexpected loves in the city sprawl. Jordan tagged along to interviews, his presence a quiet strength, sharing snippets of his journey when asked. "Coming out at 30? Felt like fumbling a Hail Mary." He'd joke, but his eyes shone with pride. His coaching gig evolved too. He mentored a shy kid on the team, out as by, drawing parallels to his own late bloom. "You're brave, kid," he'd say, clapping his shoulder. Watching him, cap backwards, whistle around his neck, filled me with a fierce tenderness. This man, once a stranger in my home, now wove into my every breath. But the past clawed back. An email from Mia, found something in the divorce papers. Jordan's old college buddy, the one from the texts, is testifying for alimony. Says they were more than friends. My stomach twisted. Jealousy flared, irrational but sharp. Who was this ghost haunting us? Jordan's face paled when I showed him. It was one summer, Alex. Fear, confusion, a kiss that meant nothing then. But doubts seeded. Nights grew restless, his touches hesitant. You're not him, I assured, but words rang hollow. We argued for the first time, harsh words in the loft confines. You hid this from Mia, from me. I was scared, damn it. Still am. He stormed out, slamming the door, leaving me pacing amid scattered sketches. Hours later, he returned soaked, not from rain, but sweat from a midnight run along the waterfront. I'm done hiding, he declared, dropping to his knees before me. That summer taught me fear, but you taught me courage. Tears mixed with our kiss, salty and urgent, leading to the bedroom, where we rediscovered trust in tangled sheets. Dawn brought clarity. We scheduled a trip to Ohio, facing his family head-on. The drive was tense, highways stretching like veins through Rust Belt towns, his hand in mine a lifeline. His parents' farmhouse loomed, porch light flickering like a hesitant welcome. Dinner was a minefield, small talk skimming politics, faith, until his father cleared his throat. We read the papers, son, about that boy from college. Jordan straightened, voice steady. Dad, it wasn't just college. It's who I am. Silence blanketed the table, his mother's fork clattering. Then, unexpectedly, his dad nodded. Loved you through football bruises and bad grades. We'll figure it. Hugs followed, awkward but real, his mom pressing pie into our hands. Bring Alex back soon. Driving home, windows down, wind whipping our hair, Jordan hooped, pulling over to kiss me, senseless on a deserted road. We did it. Relief washed over us, deepening our bond. Back in Brooklyn, momentum built. Mia hosted a tentative dinner, her new apartment in Queens cozy with plants and books. To fresh starts, she toasted, clinking glasses, her smile genuine. We shared laughs over childhood stories, the air lighter than I'd dared hope. Later, alone in the loft, Jordan traced my jaw. Marry me for real. This weekend. Heart-soaring, I agreed. The ceremony was simple. City Hall, Mia as witness, rings playing gold bands etched with Brooklyn's coordinates. Vows exchanged under fluorescent lights felt sacred. I promised to crash into your life, every day. Laughter echoed as we emerged into sunlight. Hands linked, the city our confetti. Life unfurled like a well-loved book. Jordan's team won playoffs, dedicating it to found family. My murals graced center walls, stories immortalized in color. Evenings, we'd cook, his chili meeting my veggie stir-fry and compromise. One night, under stars visible from the roof, he murmured, "You shook me awake, Alex." Thank God for that crash. I smiled, pulling him close. In the heart of America, we'd forged our truth. Love, defying labels, resilient as the skyline. Yet trials whispered on. A homophobic parent pulled their kid from Jordan's team, citing influence. He coached through it, head high, but confided doubts in bed. Am I enough? More than. I replied, our bodies affirming words. Mia's dating life bloomed, her joy infectious. Family holidays mended. Ohio, Thanksgivings now, including toast to us. Through it all, our love deepened. Passionate mornings, quiet reflections, adventures like weekend hikes in the Catskills where we'd fuck under pines, wild and free. As winter blanketed the city in snow, we dreamed bigger, adopting perhaps or expanding the loft. Jordan's hand on my belly one night sparked it. Kids? With you. Excitement mingled with nerves, but possibility thrilled. In every glance, touch, I saw our core, shaken, yes, but unbreakable. Spring erupted in Brooklyn like a long-held breath. Cherry blossoms dusting the streets as Jordan and I navigated the honeymoon haze of our impromptu wedding. City Hall vows behind us. We splurged on a weekend getaway to the Finger Lakes. Vineyards rolling under blue skies, a cabin with a fireplace crackling against chill evenings. There, away from honking taxis and prying eyes, we unwound. Hikes through misty trails, his hand firm in mine, laughter echoing as we raced to hidden waterfalls. Nights blurred into skin and size, his body a map I'd memorized yet rediscovered daily. The curve of his hip, the salt of his neck. This is us, he'd whisper post-climax, fingers interlaced, stars winking through the window. Back home, the loft buzzed with newlywed energy, photos pinned to the fridge, his whistle dangling from my drafting table hook. But bliss had undercurrents. Jordan's coaching season ramped up, practices stretching into twilight, leaving me to solitary dinners and sketches of our life. Him mid-laugh, me captured in his gaze. Loneliness nipped, but pride swelled when he'd burst in, uniform mud-streaked, scooping me up. Missed you, city boy. We'd tumble to the couch, kisses hungry, reaffirming connection. Mia thrived nearby, her graphic novel gig mirroring mine. We'd triple date with her beau, a soft-spoken librarian named Theo, dinners filled with board games and inside jokes. Family ties strengthened. Ohio visits now routine, his parents gifting flannel shirts with wry smiles, for my sons. Yet beneath the warmth, Jordan confided pressures. League whispers about his personal life, affecting team morale. One humid June evening, crisis brewed. I returned from center workshop to find him pacing, Phone clutched like a grenade. The principal called. A parent's complaining. Says I'm promoting an agenda by being out. Rage simmered in his voice, eyes stormy. I pulled him down, hands on his shoulders. That's bullshit. You're the best coach they have. He leaned into me, vulnerability cracking his armor. What if they bench me? Or worse. We talked late, whiskey loosening tongues. His fears of losing purpose, my own imposter syndrome in art circles doubting a straight-passing queer voice. We're stronger together, I said, kissing his temple. That night, passion turned therapeutic, slow, deliberate, his moans a release of pent-up fury. Morning brought resolve. He'd meet the principal, facts in hand. The meeting went better than feared, support from colleagues, a stern warning to the parent. Jordan emerged buoyant, treating me to rooftop drinks overlooking the harbor, to fighting the good fight. Toasts clinked, city lights mirroring our spark. Emboldened, he started a team ally group, inviting guest speakers on identity. Kids flocked, stories shared in huddles. A trans goalie opening up, a straight ally defending friends. Watching from sidelines, whistle in hand, Jordan glowed. My straight brother-in-law no more, but a beacon. Pride swelled, but so did deeper talks. Kids again. Adoption papers? He ventured one lazy afternoon, head in my lap as I sketched. Nerves fluttered, but excitement won. Let's try. Paperwork loomed like a mountain. Home studies, interviews, endless forms. Our loft transformed. A nursery corner with neutral tones, bookshelves stocked with diverse tales. Interviews probed. How do you handle family dynamics? We glance, smiling. Ohio in-laws now grandparents in waiting. Mia, Annie, extraordinaire. Waiting nod. Rejection stung, each a reminder of biases. One rainy Tuesday, denial letter arrived. Incompatibility with traditional family models. Jordan hurled it across the room, face crumpling. They think we're broken. I held him, hearts aching in sync. We're not. We'll appeal. Or foster. Resilience rallied us. We volunteered at the center's youth program, mentoring kids in flux. A boy named Kai, 14 and questioning, latched onto Jordan's stories. You make it seem possible, he said shyly. Mentoring healed us, turning pain to purpose. Summer heat wave hit, city simmering as we escaped to Coney Island. Boardwalk laughs, cotton candy kisses, Ferris wheel confessions under neon glow. Remember our first kiss? Jordan teased, hand on my thigh. Heat pooled. Later, in the truck's cab parked by the waves, we fogged windows with urgency, his body pinning mine in reckless abandon. Love you like this, wild, he growled, thrusts sinking with ocean roar. Post-glow, sand in our hair, we dreamed aloud. A family, messy in hours. Back home, breakthrough, foster approval. Kai's case crossed our path, temporary, but a start. Excitement buzzed. His arrival day, nerves jangled as a social worker led him in, duffel clutched tight. This your room? He asked, eyes wide at the murals. Jordan ruffled his hair. Ours. All of us. Adjustment rocked us. Kai's walls were high. Sarcasm masking hurt from bounced homes. Nights, he'd blast music to drown arguments. Mornings, silences stretched. Jordan bonded over basketball, drills in the park turning to heart-to-hearts. I'd cook his favorites, vegan tacos with a side of stories, drawing him out with art therapy sketches. One evening, storm raging like our first night, Kai knocked on our door. Can't sleep. Bad dream. We piled into bed, a tangle of limbs and whispers, Jordan's arm around him, mine over both. You're safe here, I murmured. Tears came then, his small frame shaking. Promise? Promise. Dawn brought pancakes, laughter tentative but real. Fall deepened bonds. School started. Kai thrived, joining the team under Jordan's wing. Family expanded. Mia babysitting, Ohio crew video calling with pie recipes. Yet challenges nipped. Kai's biomom surfaced, visits mandated, emotions raw. One post-visit he lashed out. You don't get it. You chose this. Doors slammed, leaving us reeling. Jordan paced. I sketched furiously. Later, we talked him down. Hugs, truths. We choose you every day. Healing rippled. Holidays glowed. Thanksgiving at Mia's. Table groaning with dishes. Toast to found kin. Ohio Christmas brought snow, angels, and acceptance, his mom hugging Kai tight. My grandson. As year turned, permanence loomed, adoption hearings. Nerves peaked. The judge's nod sealed it. Family, official. Cheers erupted in court, Kai's grin blinding. Home. Cake smeared on faces, Jordan pulled me aside. You made this possible. My core shaker. Kiss deepened, Kai's whoop breaking us apart. In our patchwork home, love proved. Not blood, but choice, kaleidoscopic, enduring. Winter's grip loosened into a tentative thaw, but our family's newfound rhythm faced its sternest test yet. Kai's adoption papers fresh, we dove into routines. School drop-offs with Jordan's truck blasting hip-hop, my evenings helping with homework amid pizza boxes. He blossomed, art club sketches rivaling mine, soccer goals celebrated with fist bumps. Yet adolescence loomed, hormones stirring questions. Dad, he ventured one night, cheeks flushing. What if I like boys? Or girls? Both. Jordan and I exchanged glances, hearts full. Then you're perfect, I said, pulling him into a hug. Jordan nodded. Love's a spectrum, kid. We know. Vulnerability bonded us deeper. Kai's trust, a gift we'd cherish. Professionally, winds shifted favorably. My center murals caught a gallery eye, a solo show downtown, crash landings, queer narratives in urban ink. Jordan beamed at the opening, suit crisp, hand possessive on my back as critics murmured approval. That's my man, he whispered, stealing a kiss amid clinking glasses. Sales trickled, funding nursery expansions for future fosters. His league recognized the ally group with an award, spotlight on stage. He dedicated it to the boys who taught me to play fair, Alex and Kai. Applause thundered. Backstage, tears pricked my eyes. Proud doesn't cover it. I murmured, our embrace fierce. But harmony fractured when Jordan's past resurfaced. Not as ghost, but flesh. An email pinged. Hey, old friend. In NYC for work. Coffee. Attached a photo of Ryan, the college buddy, smile unchanged. Jealousy spiked, irrational after years. Go, I urged, masking unease. Closure's good. Their meet up at a midtown cafe, stretched hours. He returned pensive, shedding coat. It was nice, but ancient history. I nodded, but questions burned. Bed that night was distant. His back to me, my mind whirling. Morning coffee turned confession. He asked if we were solid. Said he always wondered. Hurt flared. Wonder what? Us. You would insight. Not like that. Just. If I'd figured out. Argument ignited. Old insecurities fueling flames. You still carry him? It's not about him. It's me. Learning to own this. Voices rose. Kai's door creaking open upstairs. Silence fell, guilt heavy. We apologized over burnt toast. Kai pretending not to hear. Talk it out, he advised, wise beyond years. Date night followed. Italian bistro in Little Italy, candlelight softening edges. Ryan was a question mark. Jordan admitted, Fort paused. You're the answer. Vulnerability disarmed. Dessert led to loft, where makeup sex sealed peace. Slow, eyes locked, reaffirming souls. Trust rebuilt, stronger. Spring brought expansion. Foster training for siblings. Classes, weekends, role plays, exposing gaps. Our strengths and empathy, weaknesses and structure. Kai helped his input grounding be the steady ones. First placement. Twins, Lila and Leo, 5-year-olds with wide eyes and whispered traumas. Chaos ensued. Crayon wars on walls, nightmares fracturing nights. Jordan excelled at play, wrestling tickle fights. I soothed with stories, voices soft. Kai stepped up, big brother rollinate. Family swelled, dinners a symphony of chatter. Yet exhaustion mounted, date nights sacrificed, touches fleeting. One midnight, twins asleep, Jordan pulled me to the fire escape. Miss us, he murmured, lips on mine under moonlit skyline. Heat built, hands urgent, quick, stolen, a reminder of spark. Summer sizzled with adventure. Road trip upstate, Adirondack trails testing lungs, lakeside campfires roasting marshmallows. Twins squealed at fireflies, Kai taught constellations. Evenings, kids tucked in tent. Jordan and I slipped to the water's edge, skinny dipping under stars, bodies slick and eager. Remember crashing here? He teased, fingers tracing my spine. Laughter mingled with moans, waves lapping as we claimed each other. Back home, challenges peaked. Twins bio family visit unearthed lies. Neglect charges dropped, custody battle looming. Court dates loomed. Stress etched Jordan's face, practices suffering. I can't lose them, he confessed, voice breaking. We rallied. Lawyers, support groups, Mia's fierce advocacy. Hearing day, dawn gray. Courtroom sterile, hearts pounding. Testimonies flew. Social worker praising our home. Biomom tearful, but unreliable. Judge deliberated. Verdict, temporary custody to us. Monitoring. Relief crashed like waves. Hugs in hall, Kai high-fiving twins. Celebration at home. Cake, balloons, Jordan's impromptu speech. To the family we fight for. Later, kids asleep, we collapse together, love making tender, tears salting skin. You're my rock, I whispered. He smiled, spent. And you're the fire. Fall harvest brought stability. Twins enrolled in school. Uniforms crisp. Kai mentored a foster peer. Jordan's team dominated. Undefeated streak, mirroring our resolve. Gallery show follow-up. Book deal for my essays. Shaken cores. Love's unexpected paths. Launch party buzzed. Jordan toasting proudly. Ohio Thanksgiving overflowed. Grandkids tumbling. His dad grilling with a wink. Told you we'd figure it. Mia announced engagement to Theo. Joy doubling. Yet quiet moments grounded. Porch swings in Prospect Park. Jordan's head on my shoulder. This life, it's everything. Winter whispered of more. Twins permanence hearing set. Prep intensified. Home visits flawless. Bonds ironclad. Eve of court. Nerves frayed. We walked the bridge at dusk. City lights below like fireflies. Whatever happens, Jordan said. Hands squeezing. We're whole. Verdict. Adoption granted. Cheers echoed. Twins giggles sealed it. Daddies forever. Homecoming parade of hugs. Cake fights. In bed that night, Jordan's eyes shone. From crash to this? Miracles. Our love, ever evolving, proved. Families forged in fire endure, cores unshakable. The ink barely dry on the twins' adoption decree. Our home pulsed with a chaotic symphony of little feet and laughter, a far cry from the solitary loft I'd once known. Lila's pigtails bounced as she helped in the kitchen, Flour dusting her nose during cookie bakes. Leo's trucks vroomed across floors, Kai orchestrating epic battles with dramatic flair. Jordan thrived in the den, his coach's patience turning tantrums to teachable moments, bedtime stories delivered in gravelly voices that had us all in stitches. Mornings, he'd heard the brood to school, truck loaded like a clown car, waving from the window with a grin. Love you, chaos crew. I'd linger in the doorway, coffee steaming, heart full to bursting. This was the dream we'd sketched in whispers, messy, magnificent. Yet expansion strained seams. My book tour loomed. East Coast swing, signings in Boston, Philly, D.C., clashing with Jordan's championship playoffs. Go crush it, he urged, packing my suitcase with pressed shirts. We'll hold the fort. First night away, FaceTime flickered, kids waving crayons, his tired smile masking exhaustion. Miss your voice, he murmured post-bedtime. Loneliness echoed in hotel rooms, crowds adoring words I'd poured from our story, but nights craved his warmth. Return brought airport reunion, arms engulfing, kiss deep amid baggage claim chaos. Tour star, he teased, hand low on my back. Home tumbled into bed, reunion fervent, bodies recounting separations in gasps and grips. Success rippled, book climbed, charts, interviews probing our unconventional path. One podcast host pride, from straight brother-in-law to husband how. Jordan, beside me in studio, squeezed my knee. Love doesn't follow scripts. It crashes in and rewrites them. Listeners ate it up, emails flooding. Thanks from closeted coaches, Foster's inspired. Kai, now 15, pinned a school essay on our family, read aloud at dinner. They taught me home isn't given, it's built. Pride choked us, his hug lingered. But teen storms brewed. First crush on a classmate, awkward texts I mediated. Just be you, I advised, echoing Jordan's grace. Summer scorched, city parks oases of sprinklers and picnics. Family camp out in the Palisades. Tents pitched crooked, esmores sticky, ghost stories eliciting shrieks. Jordan and I stole moments, river dips turning playful, splashes leading to submerged caresses, kids oblivious upstream. Naughty coach, I laughed, his teeth grazing my ear. Evenings by fire, twins curled in laps, Kai strumming guitar. Our son, budding musician. Talks turned future, college funds, travel dreams. Europe? With his circus? Jordan chuckled. Why not? Bonds deepened, but cracks showed in quiet. His knee twinging from old injuries, my deadlines blurring sleep. Fall crisis hit like autumn gale. League scandal, rival coach accused of slurs. Investigation dragging Jordan in as witness. Late nights pouring statements, his integrity questioned by suits. They think I'm biased, out and proud. Rage simmered. Practices turned terse. Home absorbed it, twins sensing tension, Kai withdrawing to headphones. I stepped in, organizing family game nights, drawing sessions where colors vented frustrations. One stormy evening, power out, we huddled by lantern. Stories shared, fears voiced. Daddies fight bad guys. Leo asked, eyes wide. Jordan pulled him close. Every day, buddy. With truth. Vulnerability knit us tighter. Testimony day dawned crisp. Courtroom familiar from adoptions, now adversarial. Jordan testified steady. I've seen the damage words do. Our team heals it. Verdict cleared the air. Rivals suspended. Jordan's rep burnished. Celebration barbecue in the park. Teammates toasting, kids roasting wieners. Mia, glowing pre-wedding, officiated a mock ceremony for the twins' big sibling to Kai. Laughter flowed. Later, under oaks, Jordan spun me slow. Through fire again. Kiss deepened, world fading. Holiday whirl. Mia's wedding in Central Park. Autumn leaves confetti. I walked her down aisle. Theo's vows mirroring ours. Love's quiet revolutions. Reception danced till dawn. Jordan's two-step pulling grins. Ohio Christmas followed. Farmhouse aglow with lights. Grandkids chaos delighting elders. His mom pulled me aside. You gave us our son back. Thank you. Tears pricked. Embrace warm. Back home, snow blanketing streets. We bundled for sledding. Hills alive with whoops, cocoa steaming after. Bed that night. Twins snoring, Kai texting crushes, Jordan's touch reverent. Grateful for every crash, he murmured, moving inside me slow, profound. Winter waned into promise. Book's sequel brewed. Foster Tales, Kai co-authoring a chapter. Jordan's knee doc recommended surgery. We prepped, him grumbling, but game. Recovery bonded. Me nursing, kids drawing get-well cards, his patience tested, but humor intact. Handsome invalid. I teased, massages turning intimate, his moans gratitude. Spring bloomed with playoffs win. Trophy hoisted amid cheers. Kai on field, twins pom-poms shaking. Parade down Flatbush, our float family flag proud. Yet depth called. Therapy sessions, unpacking layers, his straight facade scars, my coming out delays. Healing's lifelong, counselor said. We leaned in, emerging lighter. One balmy night, roof deck under stars, Jordan knelt anew. Not proposal but vow renewal. Forever, shaken and all. Rings exchanged, simple bands warmed by touch. Love, we learned, thrives in renewal, cores tested but eternal. Summer zenith brought a rhythm to our expanded clan that felt almost effortless, yet every harmony hid discords waiting to sing. Kai's 16th loomed, driver's permit, first job at a comic shop, crushes evolving to dates. We'd chaperone awkwardly, Jordan's dad lectures on safe driving laced with respect her, or him. Laughter followed, but pride swelled seeing our boy navigate. Twins, now 7, demanded independence. Sleepovers, ballet for Lila, robotics for Leo. Schedules overlapped like city traffic, Jordan and I tag-teaming drop-offs. Our glances across chaos, a private wink. My book tour extended. West Coast jaunt, signings in San Francisco's Castro, LA's WeHo. Jordan held home front, FaceTime's his lifeline. Kai aced algebra. Twins build a fort that rivals ours. Solitude amplified crowds' energy, fans sharing parallels. Your story gave me courage to come out. But nights yearned for him. Hotel sheets cold, sands of sprawl. Return. Airport ambush, kids piling on, Jordan's kiss lingering. Wrote you something, he said, slipping a note. Verses clumsy but heartfelt. Crashed into light, stayed for the storm. Tears blurred. Home dissolve in a family pylon. Then adults retreat, door locked, rediscovery urgent, his body a homecoming. Fall winds carry change. Jordan's surgery sidelined him. Crutches clacking, practices delegated. Frustration boiled, I am useless. I countered with projects, coaching clinic videos, guest spots at the center. Kai stepped up, assisting drills, his poise echoing Jordan's. Twins entertained with puppet shows. Lila's flair dramatic. Recovery montaged. Ice packs, rom-com marathons, my sketches of his warrior scars. Intimacy adapted. Seated explorations. Mouths and hands charting new paths, his gasps affirming. Never doubt this, he breathed, climax shared in whispers. Crisis crested unexpectedly. Kai's school drama. Bullied for gay dads. Whispers turned shoves in hall. He downplayed, bruise blooming on cheek. Rage ignited. Jordan on crutches stormed principal's office, I drafting ally policies. Home. Kai cracked. They say we're weird. Hearts broke. Group hug followed, truths tumbling. Weird's wonderful, Jordan said. Means unique. We rallied. School assembly on inclusion. Kai's essay published in Youth Scene. Healing came slow, but his chin lifted, first pride pin gleaming. Thanksgiving gathered us grand. Mia's twins on horizon, her glow infectious. Table tales wove. Theo's dad jokes, Ohio Kin's recipes. Post-feast walks, leaves crunching, Jordan leaned on me. Full circle. Winter solstice brought surgery follow-up, cleared for full duty. Celebration hike in the Palisades, crutches ditched, strides sinking, kids scampering ahead. Summit picnic, skyline vast, toast to resilience. Evenings warmed. Board games escalating to tickle wars, Jordan's laughter booming. Spring playoffs electrified. Jordan back, strategies sharp, team unbreakable. Underdog run to finals, city fever high. Game night, arena pulsing, our section raucous, Kai chanting, twins flags waving. Buzzer beater win, confetti raining, Jordan hoisted on shoulders. After party parade, floats honking, our family central. Home late, champagne fizzing, we dance slow in kitchen. Kids crashed on couch, his hands roaming. Champion, I murmured, leading to bed. Victory savored skin to skin, moans muffled by pillows. Summer dreams crystallized. Europe backpack, budget flights, hostels crammed. Prep chaos. Passports, packing lists, language apps. Departure dawn, airport tears, hugs fierce. London first, Big Ben selfies, fish and chips greasy, two brides hand in hand. Kids awe by tower, Kai sketching street art. Paris charmed. Eiffel twinkles, crepes sweet, Seine cruises with whispered vows. Rome's ruins whispered ancients' loves. Venice gondolas rocked gentle intimacies, his fingers laced in mine. Grease capped. Islands blue, beaches lazy, family snorkels yielding treasures. Nights, hotel balconies overlooking seas, love-making hushed, waves crashing counterpoint to our rhythm. World's ours, Jordan sighed, spent. Return grounded us, jet-lagged but glowing. Fall beckoned. Mia's baby shower, our godparent roles sealed. Kai's prom loomed, tux fittings, corsage nerves, date a kind artist girl. We chaperone, punch bowl spies, his dance floor spin heart-melting. Home after, debrief over ice cream, nailed it, Dad. Jordan's grin proud. Yet depth probed. Anniversary retreat, cabin solitude. No kids, just us. Hikes, stargazing, talks unspooling futures. More Fosters? Or pause. His hand traced my palm. Whatever shakes us right. Passion reignited. Fireside, urgent, rediscovering roots. Back, refreshed, we hosted Ally Workshop, story shared circle-wide. Winter's hush brought reflection. Book 2 launch, Kai's forward poignant. Sales soared, funds for center expansion. Jordan's knee held, coaching legacy growing, scholarship in our name. Holidays merged, Queen's Feast to Ohio sleigh rides, twins carols off-key. New Year's Eve, roof deck countdown, Jordan's kiss at midnight. Decors forever shaken, never broken. Through tempests and triumphs, our love anchored. A crash that built empires of heart. As the calendar flipped to another year, our family's tapestry, woven from crashes and clutches, gained richer threads, each hue a testament to persistence. Kai, 17 now, eyed colleges, art programs in Chicago, nerves about leaving nest. We'd tour campuses, his excitement palpable, Jordan's quiet pride, masking empty nest twinges. Twins, 8 and fierce, tackled soccer leagues. Lila's dribbles fierce, Leo's saves acrobatic. Mornings devolved to symphony, alarms blaring, lunches packed hasty. Jordan struck a mobile pep talk. Conquer the day, team, he'd rally, my kiss is send-off fuel. Professionally, Beak Scalet. My book series greenlit for adaptation. Podcast first, whispers a screen. Meetings in Manhattan, Jordan tagging for lunches. Power suits clashing with his jeans, laughter bridging. Queer coach consult, producers joked, he schooled on authenticity. Kai turned to my publisher, fetching coffees but absorbing worlds. Jordan's clinic expanded. Online modules reaching rural coaches, his story anchor. From closet to field, tagline read. Awards trickled. Community hero nod, our family on stage, hugs collective. Spring unearthed roots, Ohio reunion, farm revamp with kids' input, chicken coops, garden plots. His parents, silvered but spry, shared archives. Old photos of young Jordan, football star with hidden softness. Knew you were special, his mom confided, album in lap. Evenings bonfires, stories circling, grandkids wrapped, Kai recording for his pod. Drive home reflective. They see us now, Jordan said, hand on thigh. Intimacy followed. Rest stop detour, truck cab steaming, quick and fierce, reaffirming. Summer sizzled with farewells. Kai's grad party, backyard bash with bonfires, speeches heartfelt. Mia's twins arrived, boy and girl, named after us subtly. Aunt Judy's thrilled, nurseries painted in tandem. Jordan's championship rematch loomed, training intensified, family drills and park-turning play. Finals Eve, ritual, pasta feast, good luck charms from kids. Arena electric, our cheers deafening, buzzer sealing victory again. Post-game, Gatorade showers, Jordan's interview. For my husband's, sons, love wins. Headlines praised. Home, trophy bedside, we celebrated private, baths drawn, bodies languid, his thanks murmured in my ear. Fall party Kai. Dorm drop-off tearful, empty rooms echoing. Adjustments ached, dinners quieter, Jordan's hugs lingering. Our boys flying, I console his nod grateful. We fill voids, foster respite weekends, short-term kids keeping chaos alive. 1. A teen girl named Sora, spark connection. Her sketches mirroring mine, Jordan's talks easing her guard. Placement ended bittersweet. Letters promised ongoing ties. Winter's introspection deepened. Therapy refreshers, unpacking post-adoption blues. Grief for old selves, counselor framed. We leaned, date nights rekindled, village jazz clubs, slow dances whispering futures. Mia's christening wove faiths, our vows echoing in toasts. Ohio New Year, snowshoe treks, family charades, his dad's quiet, proud of my boys. Anniversaries marked milestones. 5th since crash, vow renewal intimate. Rooftop, efficient Mia, kids witnesses. Rings updated, engravings deepened, shaken, unbroken. Ceremony sunset kissed, receptions casual, pizza, stars. Vows raw, Jordan's, you pulled me from straight lines to curves of truth. Mine your crash built my world. Cheers, cake smashed, dance floor hours. Yet trials tempered, health scare minor. Jordan's checkup flagging cholesterol, lifestyle tweaks enforced. Salad supplanted burgers, runs mandatory. I join, paces sinking sweat bonding. Partners and all, he quipped, post-run showers steamy. Kai's visit home, tales of dorm loves, by awakening shared shyly. Like you, Dad J, embraces followed, guidance gentle. Spring bloomed returns. Kai's summer internship, twins recitals applauded. Book adaptation pitched. Our story scripted, auditions buzzing. Jordan consulted sets, authenticity guard. Family screening, laughs, tears, hugs post-credits. That's us, Lila beamed. Summer Odyssey, cross-country drive, Route 66 echoes, motels quirky, diners nostalgic. Kids wonder at canyons, Kai's photos framing. Evenings motels, doors locked, Jordan's touch exploratory. Mirrors fogging, moans hushed. Adventuring you, he growled. Fall harvested. Kai's college acceptance. Celebrations raucous. Mia's family grew. Playdates tripling. Jordan's retirement whispers. Postseason pivot to full-time clinic. More us, he said, eyes alight. Winter closed circle. Holiday cruise. Unlikely but magic. Decks twinkling. Kids' midnight runs. New Year's midnight. Deck side. Jordan's arms encircled. From that rainy door to seas. Thank you for shaking me. In reflection, our tale whispered truth. Love's crash not end, but genesis. Kaleidoscopic, courageous, core deep. Shaken? Utterly. Whole? Eternally. And in America's vast heart, we thrived, family unbound, story ongoing.